Did I guess? See how this looks.
Yeah, we pilfer a lot. It was on mine. We're good. Our Numenera is just very different from other people's Numenera.
All right, so welcome back, everyone, to Numenera. I don't know if any of us are really gonna remember how to play after this amount of time. Do you guys remember what you were doing last?
We were meeting some crime boss.
For a mission.
For
I
a
remember
mission.
we had talked about how morally flexible are we.
Well, it seems we are quite morally flexible.
Yeah, we are definitely not. We're not bad guys, but money's money at this point.
Guys have found your way to the fleet and had gotten into some mild gambling and talked your way into meeting with the boss of this casino club place that you were in for an opportunity to try and get some gainful employment. I believe you guys said y'all wanted to possibly work on some upgrades for your new ship. Make some better living accommodations for the dude.
Yeah, we have one we were wanting to repair too, yeah. Walter needs some repairs.
Repair yourself, Walter.
Yeah, sure does. I gave it the bare bones.
Alright, so we left off exactly when you guys were being led through the drapes into a private section. Matter of fact, you guys had gotten someone in trouble that was trying to take Quatz's crystal, and they had led him off in the same direction that you guys had been led into. And as a matter of fact, you hear through a door off on your left some panic screams and some unpleasant sounds as the guy that Quatz was gambling with leads you down a hallway. And he doesn't seem to be overly concerned about the sounds. He doesn't give it a sideways glance. He just keeps walking past. And he turns a corner at the end of the hallway. Comes to a big metal door. Unadorned. And it doesn't seem to have a handle, a doorknob. There's no panels on it. And he doesn't slow. He just walks forward. And it swishes open. A seam pops up in the middle of it, right in the center of it, and both halves slide into the wall, leading into a somewhat gloomy chamber. It's probably about a 20-foot in diameter circular room. It's got dark velvety drapes hanging off the walls, and there's some sort of illumination in 5-foot intervals around the wall behind the velvet. It's got a purplish glow seeping through the material, and it's just like a big lounge. The floor kind of goes down into a little dip, and it's just cushions all over the place. And the center is a little small table, circular in nature. It's got drinks and food piled all up on it, and there's a guy sitting on the far end of the room and there's other people lounging around, eating, talking. But obviously, there's this striking presence of a figure in the corner. He's got kind of a jumpsuit type thing. It's kind of like a leisure suit Larry Buck Rogers style jumpsuit going on, and some sort of a sky blue
Well, they
color.
gotta have some good noodles here.
And
I'm
Just
looking around. Definitely premium noodles in this establishment.
he's got long flowing reddish brown hair and a long beard. All of it's braided, and some of his hair is braided into his beard. He's got trinkets woven into his hair, and he's got a couple of jagged scars on his face on his left hand side, and he's lounging back there with a goblet in his hand, and he acknowledges the guy that's leading you in, and he's like, "Oh, cousin, who is it that you'll bring before me today?" And he turns around, and your person you followed, I don't know if we ever gave him a name. I don't think he ever introduced himself. But he
I don't recall either.
He turns around and he motions Quats forward. I mean, this one has been playing in the casino, and she has requested a presence with your cousin. She wants to see about getting a job.
Step forward. Hey, fine place you got here.
He kind of gives a half nod and a slight raise of his goblet. It does quite well in serving the needs of Boltoff's clan.
Right on. So, no mincing words. My companions and I are here looking for some work. And I motion to Cato and Corvin.
Give a nod.
And what kind of work would you want to do for the Boltoff?
Oh, kind that pays well.
Of course. Everyone wants to get paid. Boltoff has many resources, but Boltoff don't always want to give out the resources. Convince me why I should partake.
Well, let me just put it this way. We come as a team. Maybe you would like to see some of what my companions here are capable of. And I just kind of step backwards and leave Cato and Corvin kind of there in the foreground. And say, like, impress him, gentlemen.
Oh, jeez, putting us on the spot here.
Well, you are like a 7-foot-tall robot, so you...
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hoping Corvin's gonna do his badass mask thing.
No matter.
Unless he wants to save that, you know.
Let's say.
So, well, these guys don't say it. Are you gonna say so? You guys gonna say something? Okay.
I'll say if you will allow me the pleasure of, I can do tricks with the mind. Would you like to participate? It is easier on a willing participant, but I can take an unwilling one as well. But just for the sake of speeding things up. Do you have someone who is willing? Or yourself? I know perhaps you have sensitive information you may not want me to know.
Klutz kind of grins. She's seen this trick before.
It's a good one.
Boltoff leans over to his cousin and says, "What is it that you have brought to Boltoff? Are they looking for a job, or do they want to be court jesters, or this talk of tricks? All I need to know from you is, what skills do you have? What do you think you can do for Boltoff?"
Well, I'm trying to show you, but if you'd like to continue to be rude, we can just leave.
Oh,
Don't see the rudeness in asking for a resume. Not cheap parlor
I kind of
tricks.
step forward and go, yeah, well, without knowing what the job is, it's kind of hard to show you the right skills. We can do many things. These skills can be applied in many circumstances. Perhaps there are items you would like to have obtained?
He sets his.
We are very good at hijacking ships.
We can get our ship back.
He leans forward. He's in the process of leaning forward and to set his goblet on the table. And when you talk about hijacking ships, he kind of raises his eyebrows at you, Kato. And he sets his goblet down and he says that could be a very useful skill, indeed. And you mentioned acquiring things. It just so happens that I do have something that I was wanting to acquire. I had sent out some people recently on a little excursion into some lands that us humans are not supposed to go. It's been over 24 hours since I've heard from my friends. I could use with somebody who would be willing to run the risk of angering our overlords and traveling into space where one should not tread to see what have become of my employees, I should say.
Well, sir, it just so happens that being where we're not supposed to be is our specialty. Of course, we don't come cheap.
Indeed, you are quite the unknown. I do pay good for those who work good for me. And this intrigues Boltoff. How have you heard of my esteemedness? And how do you come to approach Boltoff for these business opportunities?
Who was it again? Was it the dude that said it? Oh no, it was Trayvon.
Yeah, it's one of the guys that are flying with us. The Beastmaster? What's his name?
Devon?
Yeah, Devon. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy told us.
That guy?
Trayvon.
Psst, Corvin, don't you reach into this guy's mind and pull out something good?
He steeples his fingers together. Oh, Tovon.
Yes, he said he didn't want to come.
I can understand that. Mr. Tovon and his compatriot are not exactly on my good gracious at the moment. It is amusing to both of that they would send you to me.
How much would you pay us to kill him?
I don't know if they've angered me that much. They are minor nuisances.
How much would you pay me to give him a big old wedgie? Tell him who it was from.
Down, Kato.
Dracon goes nuts.
So, why are they a nuisance to you?
Well, both of gave them a job and they failed to complete the task. And in so doing, they alerted our dealings to the consortium.
When we met them, they were fleeing the consortium.
Yeah, I guess karma's a bitch.
What was that?
I said, yeah, I guess karma's a bitch.
Yes, they were supposed to go to the Forbidden Planet. I had heard some rumors about some things there. And they failed to, after all of their talk of their skills, they failed to slip past the net of the consortium and got a little caught up. Lost one of my fuel ships in the process. A ship that was known to be under my control by the consortium. So of course they come calling to me, and I am not happy when I come into the direct spotlight of our overlords. But that is of little concern. They may yet still prove useful. I am a compassionate man. I give people multiple chances to either hang themselves or prove their worth. But you want to see about doing something for me, so I do mentioned many times payment. You seem to put great worth on your abilities. How much, or what do you think is a good price for your services?
What would you usually pay someone for hijacking a ship?
But I don't currently need a ship hijacked.
Did you not just say before that there was something you had your eye on?
Indeed, I've sent some people after something on a planet, and they have not returned. It is a minor small dust ball of a moon, about 2 days' travel from here.
Well, at the very least, we need upgrades for our vessel.
Upgrades for a vessel. So you have your own ship then?
Several.
Several, he
Like I said,
says.
we're good at hijacking ships.
This is quite intriguing indeed. Seems you are doing better than most.
Well,
Items for ships can indeed be quite expensive. Most things are used for the fleet here. But we might be able to make some accommodations if you'll give me some specific details of what it is you are looking for.
Okay, so out of game, what were the things? It's been a while since we played. I know we discussed things we wanted for the ship. We wanted to upgrade the docking bay.
Yeah,
On the
because
top
we
of the
couldn't
ship,
fit.
correct?
Dock Walter.
Yeah, so we could dock Walter. And then we also wanted we wanted to be faster, correct?
Well, we needed more coordinates.
Well, I think.
Didn't we?
Uh,
We needed a shop.
No,
Yeah, I needed a workshop, but I can just build one.
yeah, we have
like
enough
I did
space in
in
our
the
cargo bay.
other place.
Yeah, I just think the airlock so that we could dock and we could go to hyperspace with both shuttles docked on the ship was what we were after. And then the repairs for Walter.
And then down the line, probably just more firepower.
badass.
I don't think this one needs to be faster. I think it's the little ones that need to be faster.
Yeah, we wanted to soup up Donnie.
Yeah, Donnie's kind of.
Donnie
lacking.
needs weapons, but
Donnie
he's a
needs
good
at least
transport.
a pistol, yeah.
Now,
No,
Donnie,
our main ship is slow, and probably could use some more armor too.
Donnie was
Yeah, I
just
we should just beef it up.
intended. Yeah, Donnie was just intended to be like a travel from orbit down
Yeah.
to the planet.
Walter's
Okay.
the little fighter thing.
Yeah, Walter's our fighter. He needs to be repaired. And then I think the Abide needs speed and armor.
Well, I think speed's not that important because it's just the big one.
Needs
Right.
weapons, right?
It needs weapons and
He's
armor.
got
I think.
weapons too.
I think we just need to tank it up.
Yeah.
Because it's got a 20 for health.
And then we gotta refill the bar, because we're almost out of half and half.
It has a 3 armor, which isn't bad. Let's see, the Walter.
Because if we tank it up enough, it'll just never get
The
destroyed.
Walter has no armor.
Are there shields in space? In this version of
Walter
space?
was fast as heck, though.
Yeah, Walter's fast.
Walter's a
With-
level 8 ship, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's on level 8.
Right.
That just needs more guns.
Okay, so a docking. We need an improved docking collar on the Abide, and we'll need repairs for the Walter.
Were there shields in this game?
I
Like-
don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
So it's a bit-
had mentioned
Just
anything
goes
about
off of
shields.
ship
Just
level. Yeah.
just got the armor.
What armor is the Walter supposed to have? It doesn't say.
I don't think it has any.
Okay. So we'll go
Maybe
with,
a little bit of armor.
we'll go with armor and repairs for the Walter and a docking collar for the Abide. How's that?
Let's see about got. Let me have a look.
Sounds like a good start.
The Abide has less health than Walter.
By 5 points, yeah.
We need to buff
But
that up.
it also has 3 armor.
This is a big ship. It should have way more health than Walter.
Well, but Walter's built to be a fighter.
Right?
This is just a transport ship, right?
Yeah, it's just a transport ship.
Right, but we want it to be more than that, so we need to buff it up.
Right. We
Okay.
want to do more than that. If we're going to be potentially hijacking other ships with it.
So how do we increase the health on that?
Oh, we should try and trade it
Are
for
we
a
just
better
kind
one.
of the three of us just talking back and forth in front of each other, and for this dude, we're like, oh yeah,
No,
okay.
no, I said out of game.
Oh.
He
I
put
said out of game.
he
since
pushed the
it's-
pause.
Oh,
I assume there is a timer that Brian is holding to himself.
Okay,
It's been
so what
it's
we
been
want,
it's been a while, so
we
I'm
want-
letting y'all work it out.
yeah.
So I guess it
we
sounds
want
like
structural.
right. We
We
wanna
want-
become space pirates.
Basically, we want.
I mean, we
to-
did figure out our moral
Yeah.
compass, and it
That's right.
aligns with that pretty well.
I'm right down there
Which
with
is
space
pretty
piracy.
gray.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we want to increase the structural integrity of the dude, of the abide, right?
Yes, and
For
at
my
a docking
health.
bay.
Add a docking bay, and then we want to repair the Walter.
And then
That
guess
I think the repair the Walter is something that maybe I can do anyway. So maybe just the upgrades we want first.
Well, we need the parts.
do we
Yeah, okay, that's right.
do we
So
want to pursue upgrades kind of based on our specialties? Like, I'm interested in seeing if there are any AI upgrades, if we can get the dude 1.1 or something.
Well, but
maybe this robot I'm building, it can be like an offshore thing for the dude.
for the
Could
dude,
be that, right? Okay.
it's gonna
So-
be the R2D2.
So it's like a hub for him.
You-
And we just
It's
we
his
just
white
plug him
Russian.
in.
You're making
when
a
we're leaving
body.
the ship.
You're making a physical manifestation of the hologram doctor from Voyager.
yes, yes.
And he
that's it.
just oh actually it was I was kind of thinking kind of like Edie from Mass Effect.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that too.
that's a good one too. I was thinking
Like
that
a
one as well.
remote piece of machinery that AI.
He controls it and he
generates.
can fight
Yeah.
with us and shit.
Yeah, like an avatar
Okay.
for him. Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think I've got the deal. We'll
So
talk
we need
to,
parts.
All right.
Say, well,
We don't
we'll
want him
work.
to up the price of that repair just
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh,
he
and
thinks he's
he
going to
wants
repair
a
it as well.
A new scratching post.
So just ask for parts on the repair because
So
we don't want him
what,
to.
What we really need,
think
even
it's more
before
valuable.
we set off, is we need our small fighter repaired.
Yeah,
Um,
heck yeah.
So wait, hang on. In game, are we talking in game now?
Yeah, I'm using the accent.
You was?
Yeah.
Okay.
I suck at
I'll regain my
accents.
step
Deal with it.
back.
Okay, back in game.
Corbin steps forward.
So
Banana.
banana. So okay, so we're really not. What was the monetary money?
Credits.
Creds,
Just
credits.
As much as we love creds, we need repairs to our ship even more.
We also need creds. We need parts for our smaller ship, the fighter.
Yes, we need parts.
I can
Come on.
repair it myself, but
Not Tin
I
Friend
do
here.
not have the
can do
parts
the
required.
repairs. But we definitely need the parts, possibly in advance, if you are willing, and we can work off our debt to you. Or you can take it out of the success of our mission also.
This both of might be able to do. Cause both those people would have to see the ship of yours to assess what repairs it needs, what parts it shall require.
What ship did we bring? I know we left
brought
the
the
Abide.
Donnie.
We brought the Donnie. Okay.
Well, wait.
Well, we brought our small transport. They are welcome to accompany us to our larger vehicle. What was that, Kato? You can
We
tell
need
me
to
mentally.
we need to drop our doctor back onto the ship anyway. So this is a good opportunity.
Oh, did we go back to the Abide with...
No, I told her to wait.
You want to bring her with us?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have employed a doctor. She agreed.
I was like, we have to pick up our doctor anyways. That we have under our employ.
We're a regular freaking crew.
Oh, yeah.
So how many ships did y'all bring? Y'all just brought the
One. We just brought the Donny.
The Donnie.
the level 8 one, right?
I'll say,
No.
no, that's the Walter.
That's the Walter.
So
Okay.
We just brought the simple transport vessel, yeah.
We brought Steve Buscemi. We want to go back.
Shut up!
We want to go back and get John
That's
Goodman.
how you have to get the shuttle to shut down. You go, shut up, Donnie! Gotta see the movie.
Where is your engineer? Your mechanic?
We have our own engineer. We could have him bring right up the what we need also.
We don't know where they went.
They're on the ship.
No,
Uh,
Tavon and the other guy, they came with us and they left somewhere.
I thought the other guy stayed behind because he wanted to study the ship more.
No.
I thought you were our engineer, Kato.
Yeah, I am. But he said he needed someone to come and check for parts.
Oh, yeah, I'll say, look, I think Kato knows what we need. Yeah?
Yeah, I think.
Would
Ah.
I know that?
Between him and the ship
I
itself?
mean, I probably
between
know
him
how to
and the
put it
dude?
together. But would I know what I'm looking for, really?
Hmm.
Should I
Maybe,
make
Unless they're
some
maybe.
coming
sort of
over,
check?
like, as a consult for, like, making it, like, for badassery. Are they coming over for, like, a badassery consult?
Do you want me to make a check to see if I know what stuff I'm looking for?
Yeah,
Because I'm not that
let's-
familiar.
Yeah, give me a.
As the poor GM desperately tries to find rules for what his crazy
See.
PCs are trying to
Get-
do.
It's a level 8 vessel, so it's up to you.
Yeah, go ahead with the difficulty. I was trying to figure out what difficulty to do, and you got yourself beefed up pretty high, so it might be doable for you. Do a difficulty 8 if that's the vessel
I
that you
doing-
want to repair.
Am I using mechanics for this?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm not getting my tools bonus because I'm not repairing anything. Difficulty 8.
Well, when I was in the military and you run a shift diagnostics on any aircraft, a lot of it comes back with codes, so you can refer to manuals that are with the aircraft. I mean, these ships are pretty advanced. Wouldn't it be able to tell us what systems were damaged?
Right, but we don't know that.
Well, I should be specialized in. I'm trained in ships, in sensors and stuff, so maybe I
Yeah.
can.
I'm trained
I
also.
failed. Okay, so
Um,
Kato doesn't know what parts we need. Oh, the API's not working. Oh well.
right. You have to reset it.
That's right.
You did. Did you? You should be. Do you have a balance? Or
Good.
does the roll 20?
I mean-
The roll 20 fairy need to hit?
Let me Oh, I guess it.
It has been
Hey,
a while.
we took so long to play. Yeah, it looks like it ran out. It does.
Oh my god.
It does say free. I was like, wait a minute, that should be working. Let's
so-
see. It was a difficulty 3.
I failed. It's alright.
That's
We know
4,
we know
5.
how to repair it, but we're not sure what parts we need. All we need is the parts.
Yeah, you don't have a full grasp of exactly what it is, but you do have enough of an idea that you can explain, get your point across, where they could probably come up with the majority of the stuff that you would need. And they would probably need to see some of it firsthand to make sure.
Kato gives him a very detailed explanation of what's wrong with the ship over the next 15 minutes.
And he
stares at you funny.
he nods. He
Using all the big words.
he has someone brought forward, and they're taking notes, and then they do some conferring, and someone else is summoned up, and like a big book is brought out, and they're flipping through and checking tables, and then they come back and whisper in his ear, and he says, "It seems that we could accommodate you and your repairs. It will be quite costly. It will make use of many of our resources that could go for the sustaining of the fleets. As you can tell, it is a great endeavor to keep this honka-jonka running and all the people breathing.
Then why do you live here?
We are forced to live here.
Could you not find a planet that is suitable?
I am sure you know about the history with the consortium and the humans here.
I am 3 years old.
He kind of just looks over you, Kato, to the others, and I am sure you're more human companions. Those the conditions we are forced upon by our alien overlords.
I shake my head and go, "Nope, we're kind of new around here."
Just good at hijacking ships.
Something. Well, that's exactly what Quatz is doing right now.
How can you not know about the human condition?
We are from a different universe.
Oh, yeah. We ain't from around here.
This is very unheard of.
Yeah, we've heard that a lot.
That's why we're
money.
so good at hijacking things.
I am more
Nobody
inclined to
expects the
believe that
Spanish
you.
Inquisition.
I'm more inclined to believe that you've taken some bumps to the head. But if you want a history lesson, then let both of us be your instructor. I may charge you extra later.
I think I remember.
No, we'll
say
pass.
You guys are forced to live here because some other guys are pushing you around. And those are the guys that we were running from. Confederacy, were they?
The consortium, little lady.
Consortium, yeah. Bad guys, you good guys.
We are in truthers on their lands. It seems our ancestors many years ago were part of some marauding force, some other alien entities, and
how come you don't just put the thrusters on this thing, like, and point it away from them, and then eventually You won't be in their space?
Oh, their space is vast, and it seems all that time ago, the world went poorly for us, and most
What
of our
month?
ships were damaged to the point where escape was not possible, and whatever it is we originally came from, it was no longer possible to go back.
So I'm just kind of looking concerned at Corvin and Kato, like, oh, is this our new, like, how are we gonna get back?
We can go back to the portal.
So what if we told you we could get you out of here?
They won't fit through the portal.
Oh, shh. They don't know that.
Are you sure you want to bring these people to where we live?
Yeah, no. Alright, well, we'll just hold that one as a possibility. We should at least act nervous, like we're stuck here too.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Hey,
I am nervous.
I want to see
And yeah,
Kato
and a
act
little
nervous.
wiggly, and like a little wiggly thing comes across your face there, like a.
You can hear Kato rattling.
Yes.
I say, Kato, we could direct them to where Pharaoh lives.
But that's
So-
where we're all from.
Right. No. I don't want to get stuck here, guys.
So
Probably wouldn't
anyway,
enjoy the lack of technology.
So are we doing something for you? Yeah, you're gonna hire us, do something? Or either that, or can we like talk about this more over a bowl of noodles or something? Cause growling,
he
getting hangry.
he waves his hands and yes, feel free. Where are both of matters? Both of says you shall sit with both of you to partake of any of these delicacies that is on the table here. And yeah, there's goblets and pitchers of all sorts of drinks of all sorts of hues of colors. There's
Nothing that looks like that bacon-covered insect
There.
or whatever.
there is all sorts of foods and fruits, and there is indeed something that looks like that insect bacon.
Oh dear. Once I see that and I see it amongst all the other food, like suddenly I'm like, oh, I can't eat anything. It occurs to me we are in a different universe.
Yeah, he does reach down and takes one of those insect of dwarves and crunches on it.
Uh,
I pull out a really old ration.
you got like a cracker. I reach over for hoping you'll break me off like a corner of your cracker.
I just give it to Quats because I don't need.
Oh yeah, thanks. I just
It's really
crunch on a
dry.
cracker. So
I have
dry.
no water with it.
No, so no.
It's like a rock or dirt.
And so yeah, he gives you a moment to get comfortable on the cushions, and he says it will take both us people a little while to accumulate all this into one of the hangars. And this time you can do this. You can do this one thing for both of, and we see how you fare.
I tell him which hangar we're at.
And he says, "Are the people they will not be accommodating you off with the station. If you want to have help repairing or transporting this to your thing, you will have to bring your ship here.
I'm sure we can find someone that can help us. We know of a couple people.
And he snaps his fingers, and his cousin comes over with a data pad and holds it out to you, and he says, "This here will have all the pertinent information on where you can go to find both those employees. Do be sure and bring them home safely.
Can do.
They are somewhat important to Boltov. Boltov would hate to see that they have run afoul of anything on their journey. They were sent to get something very important for Boltov's endeavors. And Boltov will wait with bated breath to see if you return." And he leans back and starts talking with someone else and seems to have already pretty much dismissed you.
Okay. I tell everyone about the doctor in more detail. Who it is and where they were.
Did the good doctor give you her name?
Madame something. That's as much as I know.
Madame Itchim.
I was watching the old video, and I didn't catch to see if I had said a name or not. I was reading up on my notes and listening to the thing at the same time, and I was like, dang, I still don't know if she has a name.
Yeah, it was Madame something.
Yeah, Madame Itchim, my doctor.
We'll go with Madame for now. Madame.
Itchim or my doctor.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the doctor.
Oh my god.
And did she agree to
Yeah, she agreed to come with us.
She pledged life of service and servitude to us.
Okay, so the cousin, he comes over and he escorts you back out into the club, and he makes sure that you have the data pad, and he gives you he taps his finger on the data pad and says, not only with the direction for the mission beyond that, there is also a comm signal that you can use to contact Boltov when you are successful or unsuccessful in your mission. It is always best to admit to failure instead of letting us find out about it ourselves. I wish you well in your journey. We shall have your items that you requested gathered together by the time you return.
Thank you. So we have a data pad?
Yes.
Is that what's it say? Got a mission on it or something?
Alright, you key up the data pad, and it shows the location of the fleet, the little dotted lines, Indiana Jones style, going off into the nether regions of space, until it zooms in on this little dust ball of a moon that's orbiting a larger dust ball of a planet. And if I can find some names for you. And it tells you that a few days ago, a group had been sent out by Boltov to retrieve something on the planet's surface, led by a woman by the name of Tavarana. And that Boltov wishes you to find the location of Tavarana and her people, and make sure that they are safe, and to bring her home to him safely.
All right.
And it looks like from the fleet, it will take about 2 days of space flight to get to this planet.
That's not bad. It'll give us some time to do some repairs, and for the rest of us to meet and get to know the doctor.
So, are you taking your puny little shuttle, or are you going back to pick up your big ship?
I don't know.
For that, I think we want to be back on the big ship or not. I mean,
Well, do we want to fly through space in a tiny shuttle with no defenses?
I thought we were going
Right.
to take the little shuttle back, drop off the doctor,
yeah.
and bring back the Walter for repairs.
No, we're going to repair it there. They gave us the parts in the bay.
Oh. My
They're,
bad.
Oh,
My
well,
bad.
they're
yeah,
they're,
let's just-
they're
They're
gathering the
collecting
parts.
the parts now. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They said the parts will be ready by the time you get back from your mission.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's the rub. See, Jolly,
Mhm.
Kato was negotiating for pre-mission repairs so that we could be more effective in our mission, I think.
Yeah, that's what I asked for.
This is an on-planet thing, though, right?
Right.
We probably don't need the ships for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
let's just
Dracon
go.
with us?
I
Always.
No, Impy's with me. Well, I think we left Impy and Dracon on the shuttle, right?
Maybe, yeah, because it might scare people.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're on Donnie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all humans in this place.
We have no credits, so we can't buy anything. Oh, is Boltov still here?
Boltov? No, the cousin that led you out of Boltov's area. You're back in the club. Actually, he probably escorted you through the club to the front door.
I turn around to him. We need a small loan of credits.
He kind of chuckles. And how small is small?
Just to
Metal
get
Man.
basic supplies.
He turns around and claps his hand on Quatz's shoulder, and he says, "I like the way you play. So I tell you what, I shall give you a little of a bonus for such an entertaining game."
Yeah. You're a lot of fun too.
He slides his hand into his vest pocket, and he comes out and hands over to you, Kato, a little rectangular piece of metal.
I take it.
It says that should do you well for most of the things that you might need, depending on what it is that you are implying that it is that you want. And he again wishes you
Have any
a good journey.
preferred provisioners that you
Anyone that we can give your name to?
yeah.
That'll give us a good deal.
He's like,
Anybody that you trust, especially, you know?
he says, for that type of service, do well on this mission, and we shall see whether or not we will grant you our influence.
Boy, these guys play hard to get.
And so that card he gave you has 100 creds on it.
100 crits.
Ooh.
All right. Well, let's go get some stuff. What do we need?
It's time to shop, boys.
We need food, right?
Go for
You guys
it.
don't have any food?
I don't know. Do we have some simple, some rations.
Doesn't our ship make some big food for us?
I don't know if Donnie does.
What was that?
I don't know if Donnie has a replicator on him.
The shuttle. Yeah, the shuttle wasn't intended for extended trips. It probably doesn't
I have 4 days worth of rations already.
Okay. Well, let's get some weaponry, because
I
all
pick
my
up some
ranged weapons are
rations.
broken.
Oh, yeah. Let's go check that out.
Or empty. And all I have is this broadsword.
Okay, so you're wanting to do some shopping on the station?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think we'll be going to any other shops on the way there.
Who knows what the vastness of space has?
There's a tiki hut. About halfway down on your right. After the wormhole.
Yeah, you can find fairly easy some shops. This place was pretty thick with people coming and going, and the area where the club was in, there's shops all over the place, shops of all types. So, and with a little asking around, it wouldn't be too difficult to find something, depending on what it is that you're wanting to look for. So what are you wanting to go for first?
What kind of weapons do they have?
Weaponry is a little hit and miss. It seems as part of population control that there is a little bit of a consortium presence, not of the aliens themselves, but of their hired human henchmen. They're the main ones that have the advanced weaponry.
Right.
And you can possibly occasionally find, if you're hunting hard enough, a random laser pistol here or there, but most of it is the same type of stuff that you would see on the Ninth World.
Okay.
Quatz is looking for crystals, especially crystals that look exceptional in some way, or like now that she's kind of been used as a tool, she's kind of looking like particularly pointy crystals, maybe just that kind of thing. She's looking for nice crystals.
Give me a difficulty 3 search check. Figure out how to work the character sheets.
So what kind of damage are we talking about with these laser
It's
pistols?
not going boop. Boop.
You'd have to
Difficulty 3.
you'd have to see one.
Search would be what? Intellect?
Yeah,
Yep.
like perception.
Boop.
I want to try to find one also.
You want to find crystals?
No, a laser pistol.
I thought you had one. Didn't we each recover one? I got
It's a
broken
shoulder
one.
cannon, but it's broke.
Oh, yeah, I've got a blaster handgun that's broken.
And it doesn't really do much damage, and it breaks way too easy. So I figured I'd just get a new weapon.
So yeah, Quats, you can find a little shop ran by this little wiry individual. You can't really make out much about his features. He's covered in a bunch of cloth, almost like he's wearing a couple of cloaks.
Is he really short?
He's kind of
Awesome.
short,
Is the space
Oh,
just
boy.
like filled with crystals?
and he has kind of like one of those little portable carts that you would see people selling hot dogs out of or whatever, and it's just got little shelves and little glass display cases of just crystal gross.
Is he wearing shoes? And are his feet hairy?
His you don't know if his feet are hairy. He seems to be wearing some sort of footwear.
Are they very large?
No,
Does he have a
they're-
spell book?
They're normal human size. He's just
Is
he's
it
just a little under.
Is this Dinks?
What about a fondness for hats?
You see a slight protrusion of a nose coming out of the hood of the cloak, and that's about it. And when his hand comes out,
Okay.
it looks small and wiry.
So,
it's not this.
the crystals, are there a number? There are a number of them on a stand on his wagon, is what you're saying?
Yeah, he has a multitude of crystals of all sorts of colors, and it's
So-
not shaped or processed. They're just like clumps, like they've almost like he's grown them in a petri dish or whatever, and like one
Awesome.
of those science project things. And there's just all sorts of shapes and colors. Some of them are glowing softly.
So, just to kind of speed things up, Quats is her eyes are gonna get big, and then for RP stuff, she's gonna bamf, and you're just gonna see like this light as Quats bamps through each of these crystals. Maybe pauses in one, goes, and then bamps out and stands there in front of the guy and then goes, yeah, I like that one. It felt the best. Points to her favorite. See if that's cool enough to get the guy to lift his hood.
Yeah, was doing damage control with the crap.
The cloak just goes really still as this light display goes off in all of his wares. And then this
Yeah.
person materializes in front of him, and without saying a word, he just topples backwards.
Is he conscious?
Did we kill him?
You'd have to check on him.
Oh, I'm just gonna lean forward. I'm gonna go, hey, I like that one. How much, sir?
He's not.
Look over at Kato. I'm gonna
He's-
look over at Kato and Corbin.
Kato shrugs.
He's not
Huh?
moving.
Oh shit.
Gave him a heart
I
attack.
pick him up.
He's
Uh,
extremely light, and
Can
it
I
takes
give
you
a
a.
healing? Can I do a healing on him?
You can attempt a healing.
Which
Okay.
difficulty would you like that, sir?
I take his hood off, by the way, so we can see him.
Isn't your healing thing dependent upon how many points you're trying to heal him?
Yeah, it's like repair.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you. So I'm gonna demanding. Here.
Oh,
Hey, look at that. He's got a little crystal sheen to him by the time I'm done with him.
he seems to gain a little weight in your arms, Kato.
I pulled his hood off, by the way.
There is a almost emaciated looking figure. Is an older gentleman. He's got shock white hair. What hair he has left. This guy wasn't so much balding as it was almost mangious. He has patches of hair that is just spiky sprouts shooting
Like
off.
a corpse?
He does look worse for wear.
And he got heavier when she healed him.
Yeah, and
When he healed him, I should say.
eh,
Wait, Quat's is female, right?
right. I
Yeah,
didn't say
remember? She grew those things all of a sudden.
that.
Right.
And
I think
so
Scruff is the male.
When Kato asks this, because he might have some doubts, Quats goes, gives him like an up eyebrow and grabs him. Hello?
so yeah, he seems to feel out a little more as the heal hits him. He seems to be less malnourished than before.
Oh, wow. I put one of those really dry biscuits in his mouth.
I guess there's not big money in crystals.
he kind of sputters a little bit till he realizes it's food, and then he's munching around, and he has very big eyes. He's staring, blinking rapidly back and forth between the magically appearing Quats and this huge metal man that is force feeding carrots down his throat. I mean, I said carrots. I mean crackers.
By the way, Kato's holding him outstretched, like you would if you picked up a child and were just holding them out in the air.
Yeah, he seems
by the under the armpits and
He
just
seems-
looking at him.
He's
Yeah.
just holding him like that. It's not like he's cradling him in his arms or anything.
He seems to be about 4 feet in height, and when you first went to grab him, Kato, it took you a minute to actually find a body. You were basically grasping cloaks, and he has a slightly overlarge looking nose, though that may be partially because of his illness or whatever is going on with him. Looks like he may not have been eating very, very good for a while. And he hasn't said anything yet. He's just sucking on his crackers and looking between the both of you.
And you said he was pretty small, right?
Yeah, like 4 feet.
What should we do with this child?
Hi, I'd like to buy a crystal. I like that one. It was pretty cozy. I had good lines inside. Nice spatial geometry. You okay?
He's just kind of sucking on the last bits of the cracker, and he's coughing a bit.
Yes, it's very
Kinda
dry.
Back up.
You like crystal?
Oh yeah.
You
I
take
like that one right there.
crystal like
Whichever
you?
one. Yeah, most of them. Some of them were a bit standoffish, but those super clear ones are always like that. A little imperfection. I like crystals that are just janky enough so that it's all kind of cozy and all ready to be lived in. So that one over there, how much for that one right there?
You take crystal? Crystal
Buy
good.
crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
crystal. My crystal.
Uh-huh.
Your crystal. You take crystal.
Sure. Okay.
Any crystals.
Oh yeah. Billy Crystal? Did you say? Crystal.
Any
Billy
crystal.
Crystal. Oh. Okay.
17.
Creds.
I give him 17 shins.
He starts to put that in his mouth as well.
Okay.
And then...
Oh.
No good.
17.
17 cred. You take crystal. 17 cred. Or no take crystal.
Yeah,
Now I
that
know why
one's
this
smaller
guy's
than the other.
starving. Those are some pretty steep prices. I don't know. Sorry, I can't afford to my own crystal in this universe yet. I'll have to work some more.
Why not?
Nice to meet you.
We got 100 creds.
Well, yeah, but
That's whatever
I
you
mean,
want
I
from
don't need a
gambling.
crystal. We're supposed to outfit ourselves for this trip. I don't.
I mean, if
If
we want...
give this kid 17 creds, that's nearly a fifth.
You
You,
also have
right,
to
but
pay
that's
I
your-
still got a few
gambling.
crystals. I got 3 crystals. We don't need to spend it on the crystal.
That's your fifth. If
Yeah,
you wanna
well, I
spend
don't
it
want to
on-
spend my whole fifth on crystals. I already got some crystals.
I guess we'd get a third each.
And she has some crystals, some credits of her own from the gambling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I keep mentioning that.
I think I put them in. I thought I did because I saw you posted it. Oh no, it says 34 money I put. I guess I didn't specify the difference between shins and creds.
I have them in my inventory in different slots.
Yeah, I think
Anyway,
you had
thanks,
gotten
kid.
42 creds
I
for
give him
gambling.
I just give the kid 4 creds.
It's an
For
old
the
man.
old man. I know, but for RP, we're like, because he's little and he's frail and we can't tell.
Should we bring him with us?
Here you go. Here's just 4 creds, man. Maybe buy some food or something. I can't afford your crystals, but maybe after we're done with this job. And then I go, oh, shh. Turn around and start walking.
And as Kato is holding him and you're talking with him, he's just kind of like casually kicking his feet back and forth and sucking on his teeth, getting the last bit of crystal crackers. And
When she
I
walks
say,
off, I start following her.
I say,
Still holding.
that cracker was 17 cred that you just ate. We'll trade you it for the crystal.
Haha, nice.
he starts sticking his finger down his throat.
He's trying to get it out.
I
Too late.
said, you already chewed it up. It's too late, my friend. I'll tell you what, we'll give you
The
5 cred
restocking
for that
fee
crystal
is
on top of the
16 cred.
17 you already stole from us. And we'll call it a draw.
He starts looking a little more panicked, Are you walking off with him? You said, Kato.
Quats is walking away, and Kato is following her.
Starts squirming and reaching back towards his cart. Crystal, no leave Crystal.
I say, well, you give us that one that nice lady wanted, and we'll put you down.
And he starts letting out this extremely loud, piercing screech. Far louder than you think should be coming from someone as frail looking as him. And it's starting to
Nice.
draw attention.
I drop him
Mm.
reactively to the sound.
This gets my attention immediately since I have my own version of that in Sonic Shout. Do I recognize it?
It seems like it might be similar.
Ah.
And he immediately scampers back towards his crystals, and he's already forgotten about you guys, and he's running his fingers, he's checking, like worried that something's missing.
And then does he realize I did give him 4 cred. That happened. So.
And he calms down after he reaches, and like the entire time he's checking his cart, he was still screeching. And after he finds nothing's missing, he calms down and stops the screeching. And give me a difficulty 3 perception check, Quats. All right. You feel something in one of your pockets. I don't know where you have pockets on your person, but yeah, you'll feel something in one of your pockets.
Uh-huh.
And if you fish it out, you
Fish it
see
out.
you see a softly glowing amethyst crystal about the size of your thumb.
Oh, cool. I grin. Hi, friend. Put it back in my pocket. Put it where I keep my other little crystals. I don't currently have on me, unless we didn't lose it, that other crystal which was like about large enough for Jolly to stab somebody with me in it. Or no, that crystal got left behind, didn't it?
It should still. It might have got vented.
Yeah, I think it got vented in the dude.
Mm.
And everybody give me a difficulty 4 perception check.
I think it would have got vented when we hijacked the Walter back. Dang it.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's when
'Cause
we
I
were
think we
doing all
grabbed it.
those the
Wait, no, I threw it back in with you guys, didn't I?
wormhole. Oh, is it? It might be in the shuttle. Oh, the GM tell us.
I'm trying to remember if what y'all did or not. I'll say you probably have the crystal.
All right, cool. So we have one. I have one crystal that is of a substantial enough size and dimension to be used as a weapon. The others are just like you said, the small kind of size of your thumb. Please.
So Corvin, give me a difficulty for perception.
All right, it's White Raven time, folks.
Did you do it and I just didn't see?
Is this Corbin?
Yeah, Corvin.
He might be AFK dealing with his kids.
All right. Well, we'll just say those that succeeded. You hear a slight vibration, very almost unnoticeable, audible sound, and as you're trying to place it and figure out what's going on, you look up and the little guy, the crystal man, is becoming a little blurry to your eyes, and he seems to be the source of this vibrational sound, and he reaches out to the cart and blinks out.
I point this out to Kato immediately. Uh-oh.
And where he was, there's now just an empty space.
Did he go into the crystal?
The cart and everything is gone with him.
Oh.
How odd.
Welcome back.
Yeah, my bad. I had to get my son something.
Is that what it sounds like when Corvin does that wormhole thingy?
No.
No, it's more of a air exchange,
This
like
was
a pressure difference.
This is more of a musical vibration almost. Alright, and the rest of
Okay.
you wanted to try to find some weapons.
Yes. I need some ranged weapons.
Or something to repair my gun. The one that I found.
That too.
Give me a difficulty 7 search.
Oh, jeez.
Means you'll find something good.
Do you use Numenera for that, or just intellect?
Going all in.
Put some effort into it. Yes.
That'd be a perception or some other intellect skill that you might have.
He perceived.
You see, as Kata's looking around, one of the lights on his helmet blinks out.
Yeah, you're able to sense a power source, I'll say, there, Kato, that'll lead you to a shop. But before we get into that, I need to take a quick little break.
Okay.
I discovered that if you add instant coffee crystals to your White Russian, it takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, I wish I had stuff for that now. After you talking about your new invisible sun drink.
It was inspired by the White Russian, the White Raven. Everything comes back to the crew abides.
All right, so with that, Kato, you lead Corvin and Quats for about 20 minutes, winding through passageways, and you'll find in this shady section. There's a lot of lights that seem to be malfunctioning in this section, and there's less people roaming around. You find a dirty, grungy looking shop.
You mean there's a shadier section of the already shady space station?
Perfect.
It's it's a more rundown area.
This is like the canteen minus, yeah.
It will fit right in.
This
Home, sweet
station
home.
is like an ogre. Like an ogre is like an onion. There are layers of glunginess.
Layered.
You've seen goblins, but have you seen a bugbear?
And speaking of bugbears, this shop owner, you walk in and this is kind of like a thrift store. This is kind of like a flea market type thing, almost a Sanford and Son junkyard type. There's a little bit of everything around here.
Yeah.
And there's a medium build person behind the counter, and you're a little put off at first. You at first thought this was a person wearing a very elaborate fur hoodie, coat of some sort. But as you step into the store and get closer, you realize that this individual is just themselves very hairy.
They're speaking grouse and grunts.
Is the term. Hirstut.
Do they hail from the land of Kashyyyk?
And they're wearing clothing that matches their. Yeah, you thought that it was just a naked individual standing in front of you when you realize that they were really hairy. But as you get closer and you look a little closer, you see that they are indeed wearing clothes. It's just that their clothing has a similar fur trimming and edges on it, matching the consistency and color of their body hair. And like there's hair on their cheeks,
Ew!
there's
It
hair on their
was
foreheads.
to look naked.
Clothes. Ew!
They
make clothes out of themselves?
it's almost like was it Cousin It from the Addams Family, the walking hair guy. It's almost to that level, but it's more bugbearish. It's more human shaped.
Is it Chewbacca?
It is not Chewbacca. And this individual looks up to you and waves a hand at
It's
you.
a hippie Chewbacca.
And
It's a hippie Wookiee.
There's silky hair along the knuckles and the back of the hands. The palm
Yorkshire
isn't
Wookie.
doesn't have hair on it, but they raise their hand and in a shockingly female voice welcomes you into their shop. What can Zyra do for you?
We need weapons.
She leans.
Do you have any weapons?
She leans forward on her counter and places her elbows on the counter and rests her hairy chin on her hairy hands. And Zadara has many things. What type of weapons can Zadara get for you?
Something with range.
He leans over and points towards the glass case in front of her on the counter, and there's slingshots, there's crossbows. She has a couple of spears pointed, piled up behind her. Zadara has many quality merchants. You shall find very, very good products here.
I placed the broken blaster handgun and said, anything like this?
Got anything under the shelf?
She looks at you in the eye and reaches down and picks up your blaster or whatever it was that you had. I forgot exactly what it was. And she looks it over and she shakes it a little bit and she holds it up and looks through the barrel, points it up to her eye and looks through the barrel and
Okay.
sniffs it. Zadara thinks this is a little on the roasted side.
Yeah,
On the
it's
what
broken.
side?
She said boasted, but I think she meant busted.
Just accent? Okay.
Yes, she's
Canada doesn't catch that. You think
she's
she
got-
says boasted?
She's got it's very hard to see her lips. She's got a very, very fine, silky hair hanging off of her lip. Like I said, it's the hair is everywhere. But there are these striking blue, vibrant eyes. They almost glow in the light that's piercing through her hair, which has, I don't think I described the color of her hair. It's a soft amber colored hair. And Zadara says, Zadara has nothing like this finer quality, far more advanced than what the consortium allows Zadara to sell to members, inhabitants of the fleet.
What about to repair it?
And she leans around, looks back out towards the street, and she kind of casually reaches down and puts her hand underneath the counter on her side, and you hear a little click, and the doors that you walk through slam shut, and the windows shutters slam down, encased in a metal now, and it's a little dark in here. Makes you a little nervous. and she's a lot harder to see in the shop now, though you can still make out her blue eyes. Zadara might be able to help these intrepid people who come in and don't introduce themselves.
And where can we find this Zadara?
Zadara is before you in all her silky glory.
Kato looks around.
I apologize for my friend. He is a robot. My name is Gordon. He is Kato. And this is Quats.
Hi, Zadara.
We're definitely not from these parts and do not know the local customs. My apologies.
And she kind of waves it off. Zadara sees many types coming through here. Some who are more strange than Zadara. Zadara, as long as you are not consortium cronies, might be able to fix your little pop winger.
We are very against the consortium.
They tried to steal our ship. We don't like them.
Hate those guys.
Most people don't like the consortium. Zadara would give 3/4 of her hair to get rid of consortium. That's for sure. So she
Wow,
kind of.
Would love to be rid of them too.
I put that force lance thing on the table as well. It's also broken.
She kind of coos when she sees this come onto the table, and her fingers kind of lightly dance on the countertop, and she reaches out and almost caresses the item before picking up and inspecting it, and she's stroking it, and she kind of like rubs it against one of her cheeks and inhaling deeply when she does it. It's very weird and
sick?
off-putting. And
Do you need medication?
oh, Zadara has a connection with technology. This one sings to Zadara. It sings of its ailments. Zadara could allow these wonderful devices to sing at their full potential once more for the right price.
How much?
And she's kind of holding both items almost like she would be cradling a baby at the moment, and she's just kind of rocking back and forth and cooing a bit. Zadara will part with her magnificent skills for 65 credits.
Could we make a trade to make it cheaper?
All things in life is a trade. What
I'm gonna
would you give
Take off
Zadara?
my stealth garb thing that we had made like a year ago,
Right?
and I'll show it to her.
Say, perhaps we could run an errand for you.
She
We are kind of busy, don't you think?
she reaches out and
Possibly.
snatches up the cloak that you hand towards her, and rubbing her hands on it, rubbing it between her fingers, and she's her cooing gets a little more high pitched. Ooh, Zadara, not see this material before. It's very, very
Thin, yeah.
subtle. Zara is intrigued. Zara would like this cloak.
I'll give you the cloak for the weapon repairs. It's very hard to come by that material.
Cloak is quite fine. Zara will take cloak and 25 creds.
So I have this interesting glass plate. I pull it out.
You'll
Shows you a
you'll
picture
never
of the moon.
find that material again, ever. This is the only one in the whole of this space.
She sighs and lays the cloak on the counter and places the weapons on top of them. Sadara does like cloak for Sadara, but Sadara still need a little cred to pay. Well, Sadara has many things she must pay for her tools, protection from the consortium snooges, and cloak will not pay for that.
I'll give you 10 creds on top.
And this glass plate that shows you a picture of the moon. It moves.
She takes the plate and holds it up and looks at it through a couple of different angles. She's kind of like spins in a circle while holding it in the same position in front of her head, and turns it one way, turns it the other, flips it around the other way, and hands it back to you. Zadara has seen pictures of planets before. That one is most unremarkable.
Except it's not a picture, it is live, happening right now.
I'll
Not
pop
much.
the shoulder cannon out of my shoulder.
Okay,
I'll
she's like,
detach it real quick. And
She's
I'll
like-
put it on the counter.
she's like, not much is happening in your live picture. And what are you doing with the cannon?
I detach it from my shoulder and put it on the counter.
She picks it up and sniffs it, rubs it on the back of one of her hands, almost like she's polishing it up, and holds it up to the light. What do you want Zadara to do with this one?
As part of the trade.
You give to Zadara.
As part of the trade.
What does marvelous shiny item do other than ooze from your shoulder?
It fires bolts of light. It's a weapon.
He hands it back to you and waves towards a wall back into the corner, and says, shows the data.
It is currently not functioning like many of our weapons, but it's free for yours to play with if you want to trade it as well. Picks it
Kinda-
up for your own use.
Puts her hands on her hips and gives a slight huff. Try to give the daughter broken goods.
You can use it for parts.
She's kind of like lightly rolling it around on the counter as she looks at you and contemplates, and she's like, the daughter will take busted paperweight, the marvelous cloak,
I can't believe she knows what paper is.
and maybe it's a colloquial term, and she will take the tin creds and will repair your marvelous items.
Thank you.
Yeah, takes the cannon and places it underneath the counter, and she lifts up the cloak and drapes it over her shoulders, snapping it into place, which gives her even weirder appearance than she had before. And she's
Yeah, it's like almost invisible, isn't it?
once she gets it on, yeah, it kind of blends in, but you can see that there's something there rippling over her fur, and she's like spinning like a ballerina, fluttering it about. And then she picks up the items and says, Zudara will see to these promptly. I can make sure that they function as they did before. It shall take about half a day.
Okay.
She goes back into a back area, and the doors open up and the shutters recede back up into the ceiling. Now what?
So
do you
anywhere
want
else
to
you
do?
want to go?
We need to go and collect the doctor.
Oh, yes. I'll lead everyone back to there.
Part I've been dreading, trying to remember what the accent was.
Yep. I don't even remember that.
So we'll say for brevity that it takes you about let's see, it took you 20 minutes to get here, so another 30 minutes or so to get back to where her shop is, and she seems a bit surprised actually that you were serious.
Hello.
Oh my! You've returned. Is your friend sick again?
No, we've come to collect you.
Oh my! Collect me, like I'm a common commodity.
No.
I-
You would need to get to our ship somehow, correct?
So you were serious about needing my services.
Yes.
And I'm just supposed to pick up and leave in a moment's notice all my worldly possessions.
We have half a day. I can help you.
Ah, you must be in great need indeed if you're so forthcoming with a woman of my age. Very well. To make yourself useful, you there in the 5 o'clock chateau. Points over at you, Corvin.
What kind of use would you like me to be?
Come and help me start to packing. I have many hubs and devices that will be of use, I'm sure. I don't know what type of state your lovely vessel is in, but I will need to bring as many of my supplies with me as I possibly can. And
How far away are we from the ship?
it was, I think, about an hour's worth of rambling, roaming around that you guys had done.
We were kind of lost, though. Is it shorter distance now that we know where we are?
We might do a roll to see if y'all can find an expedited way back, and the good doctor might be able to help once you describe where you came from.
Right? Can't we hire some drones for that?
We could just move the ship to right where her
No, we told them where to
Offices?
put the parts.
what?
We told them. I suppose we could pack her up and then go get the ship with the parts on it. Right?
Well,
No, I'm saying you could bring the ship within 100 feet of here, and I'll open a wormhole, and we can put her shit in there.
is that
Can we? Is this close enough to the outside?
Everything is ships.
the way her shop is stacked in the jumble that is this weird station, she's not currently close to the outside.
Okay.
But it would be possible for you to either make multiple trips or possibly employ for a few creds some locals' help in carrying her items. And Corvin, this is
Well,
your
we need
first time.
half a day anyway.
Yeah, this is your first time seeing her, and she is a very tall and skinny. She's very, very almost slender manish in her physiology, but she is just a little bit taller than Kato.
She's taller than me. Wow.
How tall are you, Kato?
6'5", I guess. 6'6".
Okay.
Like halfway between.
So I'm 6'3", so...
So yeah, she has y'all gather up her stuff and y'all transport.
I think I'm probably what, like 5'6", 5'8".
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't take over long. By the time y'all get her stuff situated on your ship, your shuttle, which she seems not super impressed with, she's like, the quarters is a little clamped here. I thought you
This
had a
isn't the main
glorious.
ship.
Oh, you have more than one.
This is just a shuttle.
You are very rich in life. Maybe this
Yes.
would be a good idea after all.
I agree with you. It's a very good idea.
And y'all leave her getting situated on the shuttle and head back and get your weapons, which are fully repaired and functional as they were before.
The Force Lance. That was deactivated since we found it, so I don't know what it does.
What? It didn't get written down on your character sheet?
No, I didn't even. It was deactivated when we found it. It was the thing we found near that portal that had the farm creatures in it. Said it was based off something from a show.
Oh, it was off of the Andromeda thing.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will. We will treat it as. Let me get the player's guide. Look at the equipment thing. Sure to come up with stats for it before the. We'll treat it as a medium weapon.
Okay.
So it does 4 points of damage. And it has a button on it that you can push that will switch it from a very small stick that fits in your hand to a fully extended out quarterstaff size. And in both the handheld mode and in the lance mode, you can choose to point one of the ends at a target and shoot out a bolt of energy that does the same 4 points of damage.
What range?
Up to the 50-foot range. What is it?
Short range. Okay.
Short range. It's been so long. I'm forgetting the terminology.
Cool.
What
Okay,
is
well,
the
that's my range weapon.
what does the hand blaster gun do?
Didn't you already have that?
No, it was broken.
This is stuff we found on that space station.
Ay.
So that we had to get it fixed to find out what it did.
I have a bunch of broken data pads too, but we'll deal with that later. I think I was going to turn them into a comm system for us.
Yeah. So we can all have iPhones.
Yeah.
I'll say
I want a One Plus.
your blaster thing. It was just a straight gun, I think, right? The way it was described.
Yeah, I think so. It's a laser gun.
Yeah.
I got my beat stick back.
I want to say it's the same thing. It's a medium weapon, so it does 4 points of
Beat
damage.
Stick
But it's
2.0.
it's a silent laser. It doesn't make any sound when you shoot it.
I got the Beat Stick Junior.
So when I click the button to flick it out, what way does it like shoot out from either side?
Yeah, you can. The way they did it on the show is,
Or does it just come out from one end?
you would point it in a direction and push a button, and then if you wanted to shoot again, instead of pushing the button again, you had to flip it over to the other side and then push a button on that side. So it kind of like
Oh, I mean like
you would
the
reload
quarter
it.
stuff?
And yeah,
Does
the
it
same.
pop out of both ends or?
Yeah, it kind of extends out.
Like
You-
the
place-
lightsabers.
Yeah, the place that you hold in your palm stays
middle.
still, and the ends just telescope extend out.
Right. Okay.
So are these armor piercing? How does that work? Because it's a laser.
The what's that?
Are they armor piercing because they're lasers? How does that work?
It
I assume things in space have laser armor.
I will say, depending on the material, it might go through armor. It'll depend on what you're shooting.
Probably not metal, right? We'll just heat it up.
Yeah, I would say anything shiny,
Like plastic.
anything reflective, any metal armor, it might not penetrate.
Like a Polon cluck?
I don't know.
Let's give it a test run. No.
I had totally forgot
Okay.
about those items.
Mm-hmm. So did I until I looked at my inventory.
Okay, so you have your doctor on board, you have your weapons back. What do you want to do?
Well, let's get out of here. Let's go do this mission so we can get paid.
Sounds
So
like a good idea.
We're gonna start raking in the cash. Also, I'm at 0 intellects.
Well, if
Yeah, Kato's a little bit slow right now.
So let's
That's why I
drive
said one of his
slowly.
lights went off.
It's a 2-day journey.
Global
Yeah.
recovery.
so, are you?
Yeah, we'll rest up on the ship and then we can leave.
Are you taking the doctor with you on your merry jaunt, or are you going back for the?
We'll take her to the big ship, and we'll get her situated in her quarters.
Okay,
And help us out.
I didn't watch all of the past episode, but I want to say it was at least a day's travel, if not another 2 days travel to get to the nebula that y'all had hidden your ship in.
I thought it was like a couple hours.
Was
Yeah.
it a couple hours?
I think so, but I mean,
I think it was like 4 hours or so.
yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll go with that
swear,
because I couldn't
GM,
remember.
Without even trying to be sneaky.
I remember it not being a whole day though.
Okay. I couldn't remember if it was hours or a day. It might have been 2 hours instead of 2 days. So yeah, you can go back and deposit the doctor onto your lovely ship.
Yeah, and then Kato needs to rest up. This thing has the dude can fly though, right? So Kato can rest while the dude flies us to our destination.
Yeah, the dude can assist as long as it's not major combat type stuff. And Chad is saying it wasn't a day. They have better memory than us.
It was. They're saying it wasn't today.
Thanks, Chad.
Right. So it was only hours to get to the ship.
Okay. Hey, yeah. Good thing we got this this outside influence coming in. Help us out.
Good thing we got Chad. Woohoo!
Chat can be useful.
Oh, chat, not Chad.
Chat.
Chat.
Yes,
I thought it was
chat.
Chad. It's like, yeah, nice, Chad.
So you've deposited 2 NPCs and picked up a new NPC. So now we need a token. I gotta make.
Oh yeah.
I gotta make an NPC
I'm gonna
sheet.
find a picture.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can.
Google Madame.
we can do that. Either during the break we can get that set up, or next session.
Okay, that's maybe don't.
Character sheet, and I'll make it edible and controllable by everybody. And if y'all want to set up Madame, y'all can set up.
Don't
Madame.
type in old female doctor. You won't like what comes up.
I put this is a sketchy Google search.
All right. So you're taking the abides on the journey.
The dude is in charge.
Dude in charge. All right. So yeah, it'll take 2 days. Y'all can rest up. All your recovery rolls that you need to do in those 2 days, you can get yourself back up to full, no problem. Anything else that you want to do during this trip? Let it be known.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna spend. Well, I spend the first as much time as I need to rest up to full, and then I'll just use the next day to work on robot.
Yeah, I'll rest up and then I'll help the doctor settle in.
Okay.
Like set up her sick bay or whatever, help her put all her herbs somewhere and all that stuff. Help her organize her place.
Yeah, we need to find a place for her. Everybody situate themselves where their bedrooms are. We have to find a bedroom for the good doctor.
Kato and I share a room.
Oh, I live in the bay, the engineer.
Oh, you're gonna live in there?
Yeah, I don't need a room, so I'll just be there.
What?
We have a couple other crew members
You
that
and,
share a room, right? She can share a room with me. And
She-
Impy, if
well,
she's
I
not
promised
allergic to
her-
cats.
I promised her own room.
Yeah, we have enough. She can have her own room.
That was one of the agreements, along with food and pay.
Are you gonna share your room with Buddy then, Corvin?
Well, Buddy has a
Don't we-
room,
Buddy
We
has
have
his own
two
room.
other-
Corvin has a room, and then the doctor has a room. That's everybody.
But don't we have 2 other crew members?
No.
They left
Oh,
our
okay,
employee.
sorry. Okay, they left. Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah, we got tons of room.
Yep. So yeah, we'll.
If we want to get anyone else, we'll have to make more rooms. But we have some extra space.
We'll just upload the dude to fancier digs.
We'll have to figure out how to upload him somehow. Maybe once the robot's done.
I'm working on it. That's one of my skills. I want to get good with artificial intelligence, programming, that kind of thing.
Y'all
I already
got
have a little bit
plans.
of background with that, so maybe we can work together on it.
I think I found her.
Kato does seem to be my mentor.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, maybe we can set up. I don't know if I could change the image any, but we can set up this bedroom.
Yeah, that's good. Just Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
we can set up her bedroom up to be bedroom / med bay.
Yeah, exactly, because she'll want to be with
just
her
redo the
patients
map?
anyway. Yeah.
Stats and stuff for our good doctor. And we'll say that the trip is uneventful for the 2 days. you do get some very very cool vistas. The nebula that you were hiding.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. The nebula that you were hiding
Um,
in was very pretty.
I was gonna say, can you move Buddy? We'll move him up there. We can shrink my room a little bit and extend the other room on the other side to make the med bay a little bigger and give her a place to sleep.
Well, there's this room here with the chairs. We can just cut that out, right? And that can be the whole med bay, is that area. We don't need to shorten your room at all.
Yeah, that's fine too. Either one.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Y'all can edit some images and show me what you want, and might be able to get the ship changed up.
We'll work on it eventually.
There's a lot of space in this cargo area too that could be converted over to something.
Yeah. Oh, if I don't have a
Oh, that's
workshop,
a
I
good
guess I'll build that before I start working on the robot.
Alrighty. And it takes.
I don't know what we grabbed.
I don't think you have a workshop. I think you have the contents of your workshop,
Yeah.
but you haven't had a chance yet to
As long as I got my tools.
set it up exactly.
Well, you got where is the other ship?
Everything's still in boxes.
The what?
Where is
You mean the Walter?
Yeah, the level 8.
Was it in here, or did we have to
No.
fly that?
The Walter is currently, I think, resting on that dock spot. It's not that it couldn't dock there, it just couldn't dock there and fly with it, right?
Yeah,
Right.
we couldn't
We can
go
go into
into
hyperspace.
hyperspace with it.
Couldn't go into hyperspace with it attached. So I think it's just sitting there, parked right there.
So yeah, you have to address that if you're going to take the abides on the journey.
Right. Because we'd be flying in hyperspace, right?
Right, it's a two-day journey to get there.
Well, didn't we just have you, it functioned well enough to go to
Yeah, I could do it.
follow
I
behind,
could
right?
follow, but I need to rest.
Oh, you can't pilot it, yeah.
I need to
Whoa,
repair.
well, maybe Quats needs to try her hand at flying the Walter. Think she's had a think? Do you think she could give it a well? Could be disastrous. But hey,
I mean, if we want to wait, I can just rest up and then fly.
it's fine
Yep.
with me.
Yeah, there's no timetable.
No rush.
Boltoff didn't give you a timetable.
I'll
Okay.
search for. I'll just make sure that I'll do some regular maintenance on the noodle machine.
Give me a difficulty 3 maintenance check there, Quats.
Is there any way I could use my ship sensors communication skills with this?
No, this is more of a Kato maintenance thing.
Maintenance, okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do it like I saw Kato do it last time, because he's my mentor.
Kato's patching himself in the engine bay right now. Nice.
Nice. Good rolls. So yeah, you're fiddling with the with the machine, and you have a near disaster at one point. It stops it stops making noodles and starts putting out this green sludge. But you're like, oh, wait, no, I totally see what I did right there. This wire was not supposed to go next to that nodule, and that's very bad. And
I taste a little bit of the green sludge anyway, kind of give it a little taste. Was it thinking maybe it's the seaweed or something that got mixed up?
it's got a little fruity, pastry taste to it.
Croissant. Okay. Well, we might remember that pattern later, but right now we want noodles.
And you get everything back, and you make a batch of the freshest, steamiest, almost as good as your good friend back home's noodles that you've had in a long time.
That's right. What was his name?
You will have to tell me, and with your awesome notes that you took on all of the campaigns that we've been doing.
Pretty sure it started with B.
B, yeah, it was a B. That's what in character though. I'm like, oh, these noodles remind me of, and I'm a little disturbed that I can't quite remember his name, but I can picture his face and running through the back of his kitchen and stealing noodles and all the good old days in Ballarat.
You remember the name of the place?
Well, I remember where I'm from. I'm just trying to remember the innkeeper's name again. He was always so good to me. Oh, well, I wonder if we're gonna ever get back to the Jade Colossus.
I think you may be thinking of Curran Blue Lake.
That's it.
Kern! It comes back to me. Kern! And I bring Corvin a bowl of noodles. They're just like Kern's. Here you go. And to Buddy. And to our new doctor, Madam. I bring everybody a fresh bowl of noodles in their quarters. I offer one to the dude.
I may start getting comical with things if people don't take notes.
Kato gives his noodle bowl back to Quats because he knows that's what she wants.
And then she winks at him and starts eating them.
Kato knows that for some reason Quats thinks the noodles taste better if it's first passed between her hands and his. It's a strange ritual that she does, and he just goes along with it.
Quats is happy that Kato gives her his noodles every time. Every single time. It's like magic. She hands a bowl of noodles to Kato's and he gives them to her. It's fabulous.
I keep expecting at one point that Kato will just like put the bowl on top of his head and just walks off.
He just keeps it.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Sits there like a shelf.
If he just doesn't give the noodles back, she'd be like, oh, what?
Got this little steamy pattern for hair coming
One day
off the
his
top of
mouth
his head.
opens and he starts eating noodles.
One day he has a mouth.
This is new era. Stranger things have happened.
Alright, so yeah, you're able to get yourself healed up, and just however long it takes you to do your mechanics check there, Kato, and
hold on with that.
however long y'all want to wait, then you can head out. Who's doing what during the 2-day journey?
I'm flying, I guess.
I'm ship sensors, so navigation, sending coordinates to where we're going, and coordinating with Kato. And I guess the dude is gonna fly himself in coordination with me. Or unless does Corvin pilot sometimes?
Not from what I've seen.
There you go. Buddy's on the guns.
I can help with navigation.
Yep. The dude is wandering around during the travel. Depending on what he's doing at the time, he's got different style clothing on for whatever position he's being asked to do, but all of it has his ratty bathrobe over the top of it.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Sometimes it's a plaid robe, sometimes it's a hemp robe, sometimes it's a...
I can't
Pinch
flex to
robe.
become specialized, can I? It has to be something I'm untrained in.
If
Yeah, I
you
don't-
have the ability to use a flex skill, it's something that you're not trained in. You're able to be trained in it.
So I can't specialize. It
Right.
has to be something I'm not good at.
Right.
Okay.
And your mic is picking up something, Kato.
That'll be my fan. Sorry about that.
I thought that might be the case.
It's really hot right now.
He's breathing really hard. So it takes you 2 days of uneventful travel. You were able to get there without any issues, and you have some really pretty scenery along the way. There's a couple of other nebulas. There's even a neutron star that you come across.
We don't go anywhere near it at all.
It's very pretty from a distance. And eventually you'll come into this very unassuming system that only has a couple of planets in it. It's a very, very dull, gloomy looking sun. And you approach this tiny moon rotating around this dust ball of a planet. Like it doesn't even have a name. It's just got a couple of digits of a designator for the planetary body. And you give me, Quats, a difficulty 5 sensor check.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Do. Challenging with the sensors. That work? Oh my gosh.
Right.
Oh, good lord. I
that
tried,
glorious
guys.
that glorious 2.
Those noodles are
always with the twos.
taking my brain. And I gotta apply how many? 3? Did that cost me 3 points? Yeah.
Right.
That cost me 3 points to screw the pooch on that one.
Yeah, you
Crash into the planet?
nope, you're scanning. You do one whole rotation around the planet, and don't seem to pick up any signal as of yet of this other group's vessel.
Kato docks.
Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't see anything. You think this guy sent us out here on a wild goose chase?
Maybe the dude could help you. Give you a
Dude,
little boost.
Yeah, the dude sees you frustrated, and so yeah, if y'all want to go into an orbit, then Kato can dock the other ship onto this ship and rejoin.
that's what I'll do. I'll say, dude, can you take us into orbit? I seem to be having some difficulty here.
And so yeah, it's real easy. Y'all get synced up in orbit, and if Kato wishes, he can dock. And he sees you frustrated over in the in your area, and the dude comes over and he's like,
Yo, man. What's bugging you, dude?
I can't seem to find scanning for these life forms, and I don't find them anywhere.
Oh man, you're like doing it all wrong. You need to do the Alpha Quadrant sector instead of the Beta Thetazoid. So why don't you put in that sequence over there? And he will give you assistance if you would like to try again. And if there's anyone else that can think of a way to give her
Sounds good to me.
assistance.
So what would that do? Make it reduce the difficulty by 1?
So if
Look
you
in that direction.
if you look on the character sheet, you under difficulty you have an asset block.
It'll be an asset. Okay.
And if anyone else can think of a way to
Well,
aid and give you another asset.
No, I got nothing.
Trying to think.
all right, I'll give it a try. Let's see if the 2s don't strike again. Oh,
Yeah.
There you go.
whew.
All right, you
Taking a bit out of Quats though. A
you
lot of brain power.
you dig
So glad I
dig a
could
little
help.
dig a little deeper, and you get a small blip on a on one of the continents. It's
Oh,
in a
I think I got something, and I transmit that blip.
it's in a mountainous, hilly area, and so yeah, you got a good fix. Get a scan in. You can zoom in. You can see it. It does indeed look like a shuttlecraft of some sort that matches the description in the data pad that Boltov gave you of his people.
Oh, looks like that old guy Boltov, that dude wasn't messing with us. I see a shuttle down here. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Let's get down there.
Donnie?
Yep, Donnie.
Donnie.
Okay, you load up on Donnie, and it's a little bit of a bumpy ride down. There's quite a bit of turbulence. It seems like this dust ball has some extreme wind weather patterns on it. So
Is this breathable?
uh
I'll check it. Wait, can I even do that? I've never really asked this. Is Kato able to check if it's breathable?
once you get down
You can with the
in it,
ship.
you probably could. Quats with her sensors should be able to do a check to see. And that would be just a difficulty 2 sensor check to get a reading.
Alright, hold on. Before we go down, we should probably check the atmosphere, yeah? I'll be right with you. Beep, boop, boop, beep, beep. Boop, beep, boop. Beep, boop, bop. Boop. What do I see? Hey!
The atmosphere does indeed seem to be quite breathable.
Looks
the-
good for us humans, Corvin.
Though the weather
And the-
patterns seem to be a bit violent.
And our animals. Though we may want to bring some portable shelter, or... Whew,
Is
it's
there a
rough out
cave
there.
nearby?
What's that?
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Is there like a cave nearby?
Where they are parked, it's a little bit of a open plains next to a mountain range.
I want to try and park it where we get some kind of cover from the mountain range, maybe. Or
Um,
like a tree line that blocks the wind? If there's any trees at all.
There are some scraggly trees. I'll say that there probably is some lightly wooded area next to where the Boltos people's ship is that you can land and get some camouflage, some cover.
More cover from the weather than
Right.
the base. Well, let's head out.
Okay. Chat has gone back and watched the previous episode to find out about the travel distance, and 2 hours and 7 minutes in, I said it was 2 hours to get to the purple gas area where the ship was being stored.
So you were right. It was 2 hours, not 2 days.
So it was 2 hours.
I think we were right. Yeah.
I
God
knew
bless
it,
chat.
I knew it was 2. I couldn't remember exactly what 2 that ended up
That's better
equaling
than
to.
4.
All right. Well, thank you very much there, Izzle. So yeah, you get the ship landed, and what do you do?
We leave the ship. Well, I leave the ship. I don't know what anyone else is doing.
I follow Kato.
Yeah, I'm going with
All geared up. Let's go. Impy's with us.
It is a bit windy. There's gritty sand-like particles stinging any exposed skin when you step out. It makes it a little difficult to breathe, but the air does seem clear and clean. And you don't see
Wrap your cloaks around your face.
any movement or any signs of power or life from the other ship.
What are we here for again? We're here to check for the person.
Yep, you're to find out and hopefully bring home safely the other party.
Okay.
That was being led by Tavarana, which I will post this. God dang it. The most annoying part of this program I use to keep my notes in is that when I click on something, it wants to go back to the top of the document.
Tavarana.
That is
Tavarana.
that is the spelling.
There's one A off.
Alright, so what do you do?
How do we want to approach this?
On
Should the
foot.
stealthy guys check it out? We're near a tree line, right?
I
Or
can,
a line of something.
Yep,
Send him.
you're parked in some light woods.
Impy can scout ahead a little bit.
I can send Drake on over there.
I can go with them if you'd like.
It's up to you. You said you're not as stealthy without your jacket.
That only helped me stealth when I was standing still. I'm still trained in stealth.
Yep, I forget the D&D skill. I think it was a ranger skill that had that where you...
Yeah. Like level 10 or something.
Well, Dracon is proficient in tracking, seeking, and searching.
Okay, what are you going to have him do?
Search for humans
I'll go with him.
with well, he can move at long distance.
So can I.
So he's pretty fast. You gonna jump?
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. So you're going to head to the shuttle first?
Yeah. The
I
closest.
mean-
We'll just go to the closest place, which I'm pretty sure was the shuttle, right?
Right. And when you get to the shuttle, it looks locked up, powered down, and doesn't seem to have been touched for a while.
I'll wait for Dracon to sniff around, see if he gets anything.
Give me a. Let's do a difficulty 4 because the wind's been blowing and stuff. Of some sort of search. Look at that. No problem. Yeah,
He's better
he's
than I do.
he sniffs out some tracks that seem to be leading off into the northeast through the woods towards the mountain range.
Good boy. I throw him a dry biscuit. Am I able to? Can I try and make a dog whistle kind of noise? I don't know if I'm able to do that.
I would
Sesky whistle.
I would say give me a difficulty 3.
Intellect? I don't have animal skills.
I would.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I
I
made
would.
the Dracon interaction.
I would say an intellect. I was almost going to say might, but I can't really justify might. So
It'd be more speed, wouldn't it? Because it's technique. But I think intellect fits. I got it.
so yes, you can let out a piercing, audible sound that only certain animals can hear.
Okay, that's a good skill to have. I'm gonna write that down because I'll forget it.
You let out this shrill, and Dracon kind of perks up and looks over at you.
I wave at him. Track boy. Let's go.
Is everyone else coming along?
Am I in range of Corvin?
Yeah, y'all parked pretty close to the shuttle.
Okay, I ping him that we're heading in X direction.
Okay, I head that way. I see. Come on, Quats. Let's go.
Stick with Corvin. Impy and
Well,
I.
me and Dracon are a lot faster than them, right? Or are we moving slowly?
Actually, I can keep pace with you, Kato. I have far step as well, but I'll still stay
Ooh.
back with Corvin.
I would say for tracking purposes, you would probably need to go a bit slow.
Okay, that's cool. That means everyone can keep up.
Right, so it takes about an hour of you traveling. You make your way through these woods, and you come into a canyon leading into the mountains. Yeah, the vegetation will get more and more sparse, and two of you are just up into the mountainous hilly regions leading into this area. And put you guys on the map.
Oh, I'll drag myself on.
Yeah. Somewhere around that area. Place you where you will. And as y'all reach this area, you start hearing shouts for help.
I'm tiny.
So is Impy. Oh no, I didn't mean that.
Suddenly, there's a ship.
Once we hear noises, I tell Dracon to go to it, and I'll leap ahead with him.
Way, and yeah, you can see over here. There's something partially sticking out of the dirt.
In here?
Right. Can y'all
Yeah, I'll head over.
can y'all see that cage looking thing?
Yeah.
Make sure I had everything on the right layers. Alright, you spot a small metal structure half buried in the earth. And through small openings in the structure, you can see figures inside struggling to get free. There are 4 humans inside, dressed as explorers with a variety of common weapons and gear. They're sticking their fingers out.
I say,
Tabarana?
And you see a lady look up at you, a little shocked, and then a relieved expression on her face. And yes, oh God, thank goodness that you've shown up. We've been stuck like this for over a day now.
do
Cult
you
sent us.
need help getting out of there?
Well, I think that's quite obvious.
Well, stand on the other side of the cage, away from this side.
And it's very
Wait, is there a lock on it?
let's see. Let me see if I can look at this. It's kind of, I think they're kind of tightly packed in there.
Or is it like a trap cage, or is it like they're locked in there?
Yeah, they're locked in there. It's kind of like it was a trap. Let me.
So is there a door at all? Or is it just a box?
I was just gonna wormhole him out of there.
Oh, that would work, I guess.
I don't even need to mess with it. I'll just open a portal.
That will definitely work. They're a little tightly packed in there, and you open up a portal, and they're able to get out, and they are extremely relieved. And Tavarana
Let's
goes
get out of here
over
ASAP.
and is checking on her people, and she's slapping one. Yuri, Horik, how are you doing? And Neil? Okay, you all seem to be fine. And she turns around and faces you two, or you guys, and extends out her hand and says, I am Tavarana. What brings you to these desolate parts?
You.
Let's get out of here now, Tavarana. We'll tell the story on the way.
What were you here for?
She gets a guarded look on her face. She crosses her arms, and the other people kind of crouch a little, group up a little closer to her, and looking at you, little concerned. And she's like, our business is our own, and it is not completed.
We
know
were
you're
sent by
looking
your
for something.
boss to find you.
You say you were sent to find us. By who?
Boltov.
And there's a brief expression that flits across her face before she quickly hides it at the name of Bolt Off.
What expression?
Yeah. Give me a difficulty 2 perception. Human emotions. There's a little odd
Oh,
to
yeah.
you, Kato.
Should I have the double inability on that?
I'll say this was still a success. She brightened a bit.
Oh, okay, so it was relief. Not oops, we got caught.
Right.
That's what I was wondering.
And yeah, she relaxes a little when you mention Bolt Off, and so do the others with her, and she's like, I knew my Bolt Off would not leave me or this planet forever.
Can we see down this tunnel, by the way?
Yeah. You can see. No, actually, let me get them on the map here. So small. Okay, and reveal areas.
Ask him, how did you end up in this? How did you end up in this cage?
Alright, so they let me make sure I get the names right. So this person, yeah, will speak up. I believe that's another lady, and she'll say that we were wandering through the woods, minding our own business, and
Bullshit.
we
We're here
didn't.
looking for something.
Right. And we accidentally stepped on this partially submerged metal disc, and it trapped us.
Have you seen anyone else?
There are some natives roaming around.
How long have you been here?
Do they attack you?
A little over a day. We've been trapped in that box.
I give them a biscuit.
They
I'm out of biscuits.
they they look at it, and Taviana says, "Thank you, but we do have our own rations." And let's see, this guy right here steps forward and says, Well, you've done your job. You found us. You can go back and tell Boltov we're all right, and we'll see him when we get home.
We're paid to bring you home.
Yeah, the job was to actually bring you back.
So
Yep.
you're staying with us.
That won't be necessary. As leader of this group, I am fully capable of completing this mission. And
Are you? You kind of seem stuck in that box.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Not
The only
complete-
reason
not
you're
completing
outside
anything.
that box right now is because of my friend Corbin.
the other two on either side of him, once he starts going off, just kind of rolls his eyes, or roll their eyes at him, and Taviana kind of clears her throat, and
So you're the self-proclaimed leader, is it?
Taviana
We were
will-
told Taverana was the leader.
Boltov sent these fine folks, then we might as well make use of them to help.
Exactly.
I say, how's this?
Exactly.
Sir, are demoted. You, Teviana, you will help us. And if you don't like it, you can go back in the cage.
Just like drop a wormhole at their feet and force them back in.
Just him.
And Taviana will say, there will be no need for us to be put back in the box. We have very important business. If you want to follow along, you can stay out of the way and be of some use. I know I won't turn down any help in case we run afoul of the natives here. They were a bit anxious of us approaching this place the last time that we came across them.
And why is that?
They make a lot of gibberish, but it seems it might be a bit of a holy place for them here. And she's wearing some flowing robes that's seem to be covering some sort of metal armor, and she's got a high-tech looking device slung on her hip, much like one of your pistols there, Corbin.
Cool.
Whereas this guy right here, who Taviana addressed as Horik, has a heavy crossbow and a sword staff. He's got a large barrel chest and square beard. He seems definitely full of bluster and full of himself. And this one, who hasn't been addressed yet, is a little on the tall side and wiry. He's got a patch over one eye and a metal arm. He has some sort of thin tube and a knife strapped to his waist. Let's see the other one. This is Yuri, And she's short, pale, and looks like she's a mutant of some sort. And she pipes up when Taviana is addressing you, and is like nodding her head vigorously. Yes, we would definitely accept any help that Boltov wants to send our way. It's very important that we succeed in what he wants us to do.
And what would that be?
A Hork looks right at you and says, "We're not at liberty to say. Just know that we'll tell you when you find it, and we'll be taking it back to Boltov." And Taviana,
I look over at Corvin and I'm like, that one in the box.
Say it out loud.
Yes.
She has to.
No, I mean loud enough for everyone to hear. I look right at him and go, "How about you let us know what we're doing now?" Or, like the young lady has said, "You can just stay here."
Taviana will walk over to him and point her finger straight into his chest and say, "That will be not quite a bit of enough of that. We, as you say, have very important business, and we're not in a position, as we're already running late, to be turning down help. And we are down a member. I want you and Niles to go and see if you can't find... Okay, what I can find his name. Why don't you go and find Nuimos and make sure he is still breathing?" And Nils will give a bow. He still hasn't said anything, and he grabs the other guy by it. Oh, wrong thing. Grab him by the arm and pulls him off, and they start heading off in this direction. And Horik yells out, Fine, we'll call you if we find the fool." And then she faces Yuri and tells her to head back to the shuttle and get it prepped for a fast exit. She doesn't want to be here any longer than she has to be. And she's like, yes, whatever you say, mistress. And she she stretches out and she waves at all of you and reaches down to pet the doggies on her way and says, "Have fun with the natives."
Huh.
Wait, who's leaving?
Huh. Okay.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh,
Well, wonder,
So, can you say that again? I missed that.
yep. The leader sent two off to find a missing member of their party, and she sent the other girl back to the shuttle to get it ready to leave. As soon as they finish their task, they can get out of there quick. She seems to be tired of being on this planet,
Okay.
and is going to make full use of the free help that's fallen in her lap without risking the lives of any more of her people.
So you expect us to become the new cannon fodder?
You're going to help regardless, one way or another, and they all have tasks. I am worried about Nurimos. I don't trust Horik. I think he...
So what are we doing now? What's the task?
He's like, well, you do deserve to know a little bit about our task. We were sent here by Botov to recover a device he's heard rumors of. He doesn't know exactly what it is or what it looks like. He's only rumors of its function, but it's either very valuable or very powerful. Botov only deals with stuff that can help him in one way or another, and he didn't particularly tell me what it is that he wants to device for, but he was very insistent that it must land in his control.
So, bigger than a bread box? Smaller than an elephant?
Would be.
Oh my gosh, no wonder. Oh.
So you don't know what this thing is either.
Maybe it's this cage. It holds things.
It's bigger than a bread box and smaller than an elephant.
Well, let's just say I will know what it is when we find it. Though it might be a possibility that the natives here hold some import with it themselves. They did say that this was one of their holy places, and they warned us from trespassing.
You must really have, not much to do. Just sure, Baltov, I'll go run to this forsaken, dust-blown planet and look for something that's bigger than a bread box and smaller than an elephant.
And she gets a wispy look to her every time she says Boltov's name.
Oh my god. You have good luck. Oh, I can't, and I'm disgusted.
So, we were headed through this canyon when we got trapped. We, from talking with the natives, we think that there's something special somewhere within here that very well could lead us to what it is that we are looking for.
Well, lead on.
Right, and as you're talking, everyone give me a difficulty Let's go do a difficulty 3 perception. So the wind has been pretty strong throughout all this, and its visibility is a little low.
I made it.
Okay, so while y'all are talking,
I didn't. That's normal.
you notice
Just thinking about how to put that guy in the cage.
you notice some movement off down in this direction, and you see a
Oh, I
humanoid.
did make it. I rolled a 20. My bad.
What?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you,
I had rolled a 20. I didn't see
you did
it. I
it twice.
re-rolled. Yeah.
So you see a humanoid shape that's
Ah.
was scuttling from this direction down towards the south. Seems like
Whoosh.
he's trying to sneak by without being seen.
Hello there, friend.
And when you jump in front of him, he yips and falls on his butt. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll time up.
Let's see that he's going to try and resist that. Give me a difficulty 6 attack roll.
Ooh, 6. Been pretty high now. Yeah, I'll smack him up a little bit to make him less resistant.
Ooh.
So 5 damage.
Where does the extra damage come from?
17.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that cracks him up the side of the head, and he's a little wibbly wobbly, and he'll scramble back away from you a little bit again, yelling, "Akitaka! Akitaka!"
Stop.
Kind of snarls at you when you step back towards him.
Impy and I are gonna move over and kind of box him in.
Taviana will run forward with her hands slightly out, trying to in a soothing motion.
I'll portal over there. Loop.
It's like
Who needs to
30 feet
walk?
Portals,
Yeah.
right? Portal over. Do you do that for
That's all I
free
think.
now?
No. It costs 1 intellect. I'll waste it.
Nobody walks in this day and age.
Well, I can just
Still
jetpack
waiting.
around.
Portaled over with you.
Well, it's 100. Yeah, it's 100 feet. I can't go that far in one round, so I just portal over there.
Whoosh. Yeah.
Whoosh.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
grab him
but
again.
You guys can just jump in behind me. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
So, Taviana starts talking to him in the same jibbity jack that he's spouting out.
Jibbity jet mean language?
Jibbity jack. Yep. And he seems to relax a little bit, and he's giving Kato a lot of furtive sidelong glances, rubbing the side of his head.
I'm holding him.
And Taviana says, "This little one will not put up any more of a fight. He was just trying to return home, and did not want to be seen by us."
Sneaking around is a good way to get grabbed.
Or jabbed. Jibbity jab, jab, jab.
He doesn't seem like he understands you, but he still spits at you. And she replies, spouts some more words at him, and he spouts some back. And she says that he was just returning from one of their holy sites.
What is a holy site?
She asks him some questions, and he yips back at her, and she says he will not go into any details. It says it's only for his people, not for us.
Probably some illegal activity.
He does say that he was scouting. He was tasked with he won't go into details. It was something to do with their holy site, but it seems that there was a wild beast in the area, and that he was tasked with making sure that it wasn't encroaching upon their territory.
Where do we need to go for this thing you're looking for?
Oh, and I had it a little bit wrong earlier. The two that she sent off to find their missing person, instead of going deeper in, they went back out and to the north a bit. And you're asking her where
I'm asking where she needs to go, not where the little guy needs to go.
The little guy wants to go to the south. It seems that they have a settlement or something down that way.
So where does she want to go?
All she knows is she needs to go deeper in.
Okay. Guess we'll follow her, or at least I will.
And the little guy, as y'all start to get ready to move out, he starts yapping and yipping excitedly. And he's still yabbering. And he reaches into his pocket and holds something up towards Taviana. And she says, he is offering us a device if we agree to kill this creature that has been terrorizing their territory.
Does he show it to us?
Yep, he's holding it up in his hand.
What is it?
Give me a level 8 intellect check.
Is his name now?
Yes.
Nope. True.
I'll check it out.
Right? Same check.
You don't have to use effort. 24 DC.
If anyone else wants to, if y'all want to pool your resources, you can get assets for each person that also has Numenera.
We all have it, I think, so.
I'm a
The big
jack
two
now, I
assets?
don't have any.
Oh, okay. Well, just one asset for Colvin.
Really hate every time I click on this thing, it wants to move. Whoever wants to do the roll with the assets.
Oh, Colvin, probably.
Corvin, you there? Did he step away again? No. Wow, three rolls.
We'll go with the.
He must be lagging. The top one was his highest roll and he still failed. He didn't add any bonuses or anything though. With two assets, he would have passed.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was going to go with the first one.
Well,
Say
with
with the
it,
two
actually,
assets.
he wouldn't get two assets, but with, I'm sure he would have put effort on it because he gets it for free.
With effort and
Hello?
the two assets.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright about that.
Just one asset, but he still gets it.
What happened?
Well, if you both have.
You lagged out. No, she doesn't have it.
No. Okay. Well, but with all that, it was still a pass. So you'll see that he's holding a little wand looking thing.
Wow,
It's a lightsaber.
that is a huge beam. No. It's a meter wide, or 3 feet.
It's a really thick lightsaber.
And
It's a huge ray of light. It's like a one of those floodlight things.
Yeah.
it's a level 8 item as well.
That'll cut a huge hole in a wall.
10 points of damage. That thing is brutal. Beast they're going after must be tremendous.
We can cut through the hull of a ship with this thing.
Yeah.
Make a doorway for us.
Wow, I can do that already.
Yeah, but like,
damaging a ship.
That's true.
We could sure blast the shit out of someone.
Well, should we do one quest first and then another? What's the... We're caught in a quest loop.
I mean, we could just take it.
You should just take it.
And Taviana looks over at you guys like, do you want to?
Does she have it? Did he give it to her?
Yeah, he's currently holding it up towards her, and she's looking over to you guys.
Can I inspect it?
Yeah.
Take it. Thanks.
She says, we may run into this thing anyway. I think it might have been what caused us to come in this direction to begin with. We We initially tried to approach from the north and was set upon by something rather large. One of our members succumbed to its attack, and we were forced to flee. I sent the others back to see if our friend is still alive.
What did this thing look like?
It was huge, furry, and metallic.
Would you allow me to see that image in your mind? It won't hurt you at all.
She looks at you very strangely. You are wanting to do what with my mind?
He's a witch.
Yes. I can see images in your mind if you will allow me.
And while you guys are talking, after Kato had let the guy go, he bolts down to the south.
I have his cipher.
He does not seem to be concerned. He bolts to the south.
Oh, okay. Right. So what's it called?
The cipher?
Yes.
It does not have a name.
Okay, I will call it Big Laser.
Maybe that's what we were supposed to come here and get.
If you voice that, Taviana will say, as powerful as this is not what we are looking for. So it is a nice device. It makes me wonder where such a puny little creature got such a thing. Right. What do you wish to do now?
We're following her, right?
I think we just decided to go kill a beastie, right?
If you want to chase him, yeah. You could go to the south. Actually, let me review a little more.
It's,
Oh.
we're in the lead. Where to now? This relic you're in search of that you don't know what it is.
I don't know exactly where it's at. There is several powder readings that we picked up on that led us to this location. There is some readings off to our east, and possibly something somewhat to the southish. Whichever direction you think you want to head in is perfectly fine with me.
Where'd your friends go?
They went to the northwest.
Well, we know south is where their home is, right? So we want to go the other direction. Where that guy was scouting.
Y'all can kind of see off into this way.
Suppose we head that way? Oh, does that take up one slot, by the way?
It said it was an analytic. I'm trying to recall what that freaking means. If that was
Whoa.
I
the
got
two
no
slot
idea,
or
man.
2 slot or the 1
What
slot.
was the first part of that word again? I don't think that laser is meant to do what.
This. Let me post this. You know, they got 2 different ways of describing the ciphers. One of them means 1 slot, one of them means 2 slots. And I'm sure that when I wrote this, that I knew what that meant.
It was a month ago.
Of course, the book index doesn't say anything about it. Okay, so yeah, it's a 1 slot. It's the occultic ciphers that take up 2 slots.
Ah, that's good. I had enough space either way. I was just checking.
A very good idea. My desk is getting cluttered with too much stuff. It's about time for spring cleaning. Alright, so yeah, if you want to head onwards, move off what direction you want to head in. And she will follow with you.
This way.
Here the path meanders on, and it curves up to the north and heads down to the south.
Have a look down the passageways.
And it gets a little narrow that way. Seems to go on for a little bit. And I think I'm going to take a quick break here before we get too much further in.
It's almost at the 4-hour mark. If you wanted to end for today.
Yeah, I was going to ask you when I got back if y'all wanted to. They may get a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like a fine place to call it.
All right, so y'all wanting to call it for the day? It is getting a little close.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Thanks, Brian. It was good to play.
Yeah, thanks,
Yes, it's been a while. slowly getting back into the swing of this. I didn't do any intrusions like I should have. There was a couple places where I thought after
right,
we
just getting back into the
proceeded
feel of
on.
it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. Hope those that hung out with us enjoyed what you saw. We're a little rusty. It's been a while since we played. Got to get back into the swing of it. Is everyone going to be able to play next week?
Should be. I don't
Yeah, should
think
be
there's
fine.
anything going on.
I will schedule it for next week then, and I'll try to do a little bit more prep. I stopped prepping as much for what we were supposed to be doing because I wasn't sure if we were going to play or not.
That's understandable.
So
I think the following week I might be out of town on Saturday.
all right.
I think that's the 10th.
Okay, yeah, just keep me informed, and we'll work around that. So yeah, we're gonna get out of here, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day, and we hope to see you again soon. Well, I do at least. I hope my third does too.